Hi, tonight we're going to continue our discussion of the literary analysis task. You are supposed to be reading A Festival in Tikal and People Just Like Us. So you should have read those before watching this video. Please make sure that you do that. Okay, now that you've read the texts, let's take a look at what the prompt is going to ask us. The prompt states, explain how point of view helps the reader understand how the narrators change from the beginning to the end of each story. Include accurate, explicit text evidence from both passages that show how each character is developed through the narrator's point of view. So I'm just going to use the highlighter tool to point out a couple of terms to you. So point of view and narrator's change. So this question is really asking, how does a character or a narrator change from the beginning to the end of the story, and how does point of view help the reader understand that change? So we're looking at point of view and how the narrator or the main character changes from the beginning to the end of each story. And here is the word character. Okay, so explain how point of view helps the reader understand how the narrators change from the beginning to the end of each story. So we're going to take a look now at, first of all, what the point of view of this story is. So you should have received this paper tonight. So I need you to be filling it in, and I'll be looking at it tomorrow. So the point of view of each text is first person. Each text is written in the first person point of view. And tomorrow in class, we'll be talking about the H, C, and the T, the hook, the claim, and the transition. So I was going back and forth thinking about what type of hooks we could use when we talk about point of view and character change. And I came up with this one. When a text is written in the first person point of view, the reader is given a true understanding of the main character's growth and change. So far, I'm thinking that sounds like a really good hook. Maybe you can come up with one of your own. If you can, feel free to write it here. I know some of you like that challenge. If not, you can just copy mine. And then we're going to have to write the claim, which is a restatement of the question. Both People Just Like Us and A Festival in Tikal are written in first-person point of view, and because they are written in first person, the reader can understand how the character's experiences led to a change in view by the end of the text. So far, that's going to be our claim, because we needed to explain how point of view helps the reader understand how the narrators change from the beginning to the end of each text. So we want to make sure that we name the point of view and that we use the word change in our claim. And finally, the transition to the first body paragraph. By analyzing the point of view and character development in each text, it will become evident that the texts are very similar. So again, this hits the key points from within the question, which include point of view and character. And then, as you prepare to write your first body paragraph, I want you to now go back into your texts, and in each, underline 3 pieces of text evidence that show how the character changes. So you're going to want something from the beginning, the turning point, and the end. Okay? So that's what you're going to do this evening. Make sure you have filled out the page that looks like the one on your screen right now, and make sure you have 3 pieces of text evidence underlined in each passage. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night.